Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Complete Sports Media Podcast. I'm your host, Darren Campbell, and today we are going to be talking some basketball. Getting really close to the playoffs. A lot of really interesting matchups have been happening over this past week, and we're going to be joined by Jason Cameron to break it all down. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Very good, man. Very good. Enjoying another beautiful sunny day.
The NBA basketball. It's been really fun. You and I talked last weekend, and you said you'd just been watching so many games. It was so good to see the NBA back. Another great week of action. So many amazing matchups. So many playoff scenarios have started to take shape. What's standing out for you right at this moment as we head into the last week of the regular season play before the playoffs?
What's really stood out to me is that the one team that nobody would have ever thought would be good or like the best so far in the bubble is the Phoenix Suns. They are playing great. they are balling out of their minds. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the fact that they're so hard, that Monty Williams has that squad going the way they are. And Devin Booker is a beast. He's a beast, man. Oh, he's so good. That kid is so good. He's so good to watch, see him play. Like that shot he hit against the Clippers. Ah, that was a thing of beauty, my friend. That was sick. And he did that not only just against Paul George, but Kawhi too as well. Two of the top defenders in the league, and he hit that game-winning shot on both of them. I'm going to say both because Kawhi was still around. He was in the vicinity, but it's both of them. Yeah, man. I was impressed. I'm impressed by that squad.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be able to come out and beat all comers, 5-0, in the bubble, they came in, 10th place in the West, and for them to, just be able to just work their way. I think actually they might have started even like 11th or 12th place. Yeah. So they've been able to move right up. It's the longest winning streak they've had since 2014, 2015. Booker has looked phenomenal. They got to play the Thunder tomorrow, the Sixers on Tuesday, and the Mavs on Thursday. They really have a shot to get into that play-in game. Number 8 against number 9. And the team that's seeming to lose it is the Grizzlies. They had another loss today against the Raptors, and so they're sitting at 1-5 coming into this bubble. Doesn't look like they want this 8th position. I think a lot of teams want to avoid the Lakers, but still nice to get in the playoffs and get some games. But Memphis just doesn't really have the horses.
Yeah, man, and also too, like it didn't help that they lost Jaren Jackson. Yeah. Their sweet shooting big, like that didn't help their cause at all. So, with the loss of him and the fact that I don't know, I keep looking at that team. I want to see the best. I want to see Ja Morant succeed, but it just doesn't look like they're putting it together a lot like the teams chasing them are. Like right now, I think they're followed closely behind. I think it goes Trailblazers and then the Suns. And I think both of those teams, whoever manages to catch that 9th spot, and if the Grizzlies are still there to be played at the 8th spot, I don't know if they're going to win that. I just don't think they're going to win that. Because especially now that the Trailblazers, they don't even look like the team that they were. Not now that Nurkic is back, and Zach Collins, that's a totally different team, my friend. That is a completely different team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, Memphis, they just, that Jaren Jackson loss was absolutely massive. Ja Morant is phenomenal. He's had a really great rookie season. He's, going to win the Rookie of the Year, no doubt. But he just doesn't have enough people around him. I was kind of hoping for Memphis to, get in there. It's nice to see 2 Canadians on a team, Brandon Clark and Dylan Brooks. Brandon Clark was born in Vancouver, and Dylan's from Mississauga. Pretty impressive to see 2 Canadians on a squad. We don't see that very often. They're both playing great basketball, but yeah, I just don't. It doesn't look like Memphis is going to be able to make it, even if they are in that play-in game. I think either the Suns, the Spurs, or the Blazers are going to be able to knock them out. We didn't mention the Spurs yet. They are on a 22-year playoff streak, the longest in basketball. Do you think this is the year they don't make it?
It might just be.
Yeah.
It might just be. And that is not an indictment against Pop, because Pop is one of the best coaches to have ever done it. It's just the fact that he just didn't have all his players. LaMarcus Aldridge is not there, you know, and that's a huge blow to that team. And yeah, I just don't think the Spurs have enough to get to that 9th seed. I really don't. Like, I think as this time goes on, by the end of the regular season, I'm looking at, literally for myself, I'm looking at the Trailblazers or the Suns are going to be in that 9th seed. Like, especially if the Suns don't lose. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Blazers Sixers game on here on the TV. The Blazers are winning by 11, almost at the half, and yeah, the Blazers will look great. You mentioned Gary Trent last week. He's been on fire. Nurkic has definitely solidified the front. It's great to see when they put Collins and Nurkic on the floor at the same time, and then you got CJ and Dame. Wow, like super well-rounded squad. I actually think that they have a shot against the Lakers. The Lakers have looked actually quite poor since this restart has happened. They probably are, one of the, maybe the second worst team so far in this bubble, and they definitely started resting LeBron and Davis a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know if the Lakers are going to be able to pull it off. What do you think?
You know what? It was very telling to me to see what that team looks like when LeBron doesn't play on the team. It's like, wow, he covers up a lot of stuff that's not great with this team, like a lot. And also too, the role players that are on that team are not stepping up right now. They're not handling their business the way they should. They're not hitting their open threes or the open shots. They're just, like those guys need to hold themselves accountable and play better. Period. Those guys need to play better. They're all-stars. They're future Hall of Famers, LeBron and AD. They're going to do what they're going to do, right? They're going to do what they need to do. But all the rest of those guys, boys, time to step that game up, man. Because, last 2 games I've watched the Lakers, offense looked horrible. Absolutely horrible. It looked horrendous. And so at least they've already locked up the number 1 seed in the West. That's done. But there would be definitely some things that the coach needs to shore up, man, for sure, going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Frank Vogel's got, a lot on his hands here. He's got to try to, get some pieces in. I saw Dion Waiters had a pretty good game the other day, and I was really surprised because he fell out of favor in Miami. He got suspended. He had run-ins with the management asking for playing time. He had a lot of troubles there. I didn't really think he was going to get much of a shot anywhere. He played quite well the other day, but I don't know if he's somebody that you're going to be able to rely on long term. But yeah, it's amazing to see how much trouble the Lakers have been in inside this bubble. The Clippers in second place, starting to really come together. Once they get Montrezl Harrell back, I think this team is really strong. They faced the Blazers yesterday, and there was some controversy there. Patrick Beverly and Morris were kind of giving it to Lillard as he was stepped up to the free throw line late game, and Lillard missed both free throws, and they were kind of giving it to him. Lillard had some great post-game comments and said, "Yeah, I've eliminated those guys before. I got no worries. We'll do it again." And it was kind of cool to see the back and forth between the two teams.
You know what? It's one of those things of careful what you wish for, my friend. Careful what you wish for. Dame has that little bit of Jordan in him. It's like, oh, are you guys talking about me? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'll remember that, right? And because let's say this, for instance. Okay, the Lakers are looking horrible. The Blazers managed to play themselves in. The Blazers pull off an upset. Now the Blazers play the Clippers. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then Dave's like, I heard a lot of talk before. Okay, let's see what you got now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly,
Exactly. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the one thing about the Clippers got everything, man. They've been my pick to win it all from the beginning because of the fact that they got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Their defense is impeccable. They got the role players. They got multiple guys that can drop 20 or 30 on you in a heartbeat. Like they literally they're built to win right now.
Yeah.
And I don't see I see them as the favorites right now. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, they're looking much stronger than the Lakers. If the Lakers didn't have that lead going into this, the Clippers might have been able to catch them. And yeah, to me, they're looking like the class of the West. We haven't touched the East at all. Why don't we just briefly talk about the East? Most of the positions are solidified. The Bucks on top, the Raptors second place. Celtics look like they're going to finish in third. There's quite the fight there for fourth, fifth, and sixth, though. We got the Heat, the Pacers, and the Sixers. They're all separated by half a game. The Heat and the Pacers are actually facing each other. I think it's later today, and so that might, move one team ahead of the other for the home court advantage kind of thing. But who do you think out of the Heat, Pacers, and Sixers, is the team to look for? I guess Sixers with Simmons blow that that might be the answer there. But Heat and the Pacers, yeah, what do you think there?
I personally, I just love the way the Heat play. I'm gonna be honest. I love the way the Heat play. I love their ball movement, cross screening action that they do. Like I just love the way that they swing the ball around. They got shooters everywhere, and then they have this weird synergy between Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson, where like Bam will either like when he's setting the screen, there's so many options because Duncan Robinson is one of the best knockdown shooters in the NBA right now. Like the guy just he rains threes. He rains threes. And if you give him any airspace, well, that's a three. But they got so many guys that can do that. And then you have Jimmy Butler's leading the charge for that team. I think personally I give the Heat the dark horse. I think they're going to be a problem for anybody going forward. That team is tough.
Yeah,
I really like that team.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, impressive. Butler's been out the last 3 games with a foot injury, but I hear he's coming back tomorrow's game, so that'll really solidify that team. Yeah, the ball movement with the Heat is something that you have to be super impressed with. They just get it to an open guy, and they usually knock down the shots. They've got great inside game, great outside game, really good. The Pacers. With Sabonis going down, I think a lot of people thought that was it. Oladipo still hasn't really looked like the Oladipo of old since he came back from his injuries and stuff. But TJ Warren has stepped up. All of a sudden, he's actually the leading scorer in the bubble. And he dropped 53 the first game, still being able to consistently score. Wow, this guy's really surprised a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, 'cause he kind of came out of nowhere all of a sudden. It's just like, oh, man, this guy morphed into MJ for a little while here in the bubble. Okay, that's pretty cool. And, yeah, TJ Warren has come a long way with his game. He really has. And with the fact that they're two all-stars, Sabonis and Oladipo to a certain extent, yes, he's playing, but I don't think he's still fully recovered from that horrific injury that he suffered. Yeah, but it's gratifying to see a man step up in that capacity with the two main dudes on the team down like that. So let's see if he can continue doing that. I just think that like the injury that you mentioned before, that's a big blow. That's a big blow to that team. Big blow.
Yeah. Well, so it's shaping up. It looks like it's the Bucks against the Magic. Bucks are obviously very, very heavy favorites in that matchup. Once Jonathan Isaac got knocked out with the Magic, that really derailed their thoughts of possibly getting up higher and being able to face somebody other than the Bucks. Raptors have looked phenomenal. Pascal Siakam didn't look really great early on, but dropped 26 today against the Grizzlies and looked solid back to the old Pascal. Fred Van Vliet's been blowing me away. He's playing just phenomenal basketball, really looking super impressive. And then Lowry there. Raptors looks like they're going to be facing Brooklyn. Brooklyn, to me, they just were decimated with, having, losing their superstars. So many guys opted out of coming back into this bubble. I don't see, any opportunity for Brooklyn to derail the Raptors. So they'll advance into that second round. The East is pretty easy to, see it taking shape.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. The Raptors and the Bucks, yeah, they're getting through to the second round. All right, like that's said and done as far as I'm concerned. Because once the next NBA season starts for the Brooklyn Nets, then that's when their team is actually going to look like their team. But right now, like you said, they are absolutely decimated. But the thing with the Raptors that I absolutely love and enjoy is they've just come together as a team, and like their team ball, and the fact that any person on that squad can just step up and give you 20, 25. And they got the great captain in Kyle Lowry, who never hangs his head, and he will run back, and then he will cause great effect on the defensive end, man. Like Raptors are, like I've said before, they're going to be a problem in the East. They're going to be a big problem. Yeah, they did lose Kawhi Leonard, but they never lost heart, and they never lost a champion's heart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. It's great when a team can win a championship, even though they lose their top player and their superstar. All those guys got that playoff experience. All those guys saw what it takes to be a winner. They really proved it this year to win 50 again in a shortened season. Impressive Nick Nurse being able to pull this team together, convince them that they still have the mettle to be able to go far, and they have looked great. And I think they are going to give the Bucks a big run for their money again this year. And I can see them easily emerging out of that East. The East isn't as strong as the West, and I think the Raptors could get an opportunity to defend their title in the final.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And if Nick Nurse doesn't win Coach of the Year again, which I don't know. I think he kind of should. I think he should, because of what the job he's done, the man that he lost. Like how could you not give it to him again? Because the man is incredible. He's a complete tactician when it comes to this, and I look forward to seeing what the Raps can do in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. Okay, let's just switch back to the West and talk a little bit. Unfortunately, it looks like it's Dallas facing the Clippers. The Mavs have been so fun to watch, and Luka is just getting better and better. Set a record yesterday. He got his 17th triple-double. That will lead the league in triple-doubles this year, surpassing the youngest player since Magic Johnson to actually the youngest player surpassing Magic Johnson to be the leader of triple doubles. Giannis had some amazing things to say about him yesterday. One of the best players he's ever played against, who makes his teammates better. His line this past week was 30 points and 20 rebounds against the Kings, and 36, 14, and 19 assists, which were a career high yesterday. Man, is this guy just so unbelievable and fun to watch. I really wish they weren't having to face the Clippers, because I'd really like to see a lot more basketball from him.
Yeah, man. He's incredible. For his age and what he's done, what he can do, that like he plays like a veteran, like a savvy veteran. You know what I mean? Like my jaw drops every time I see him play, where I'm just like, wow, he did that. He actually really did that. Like it's incredible. I am super impressed with him. I'm super impressed with the Mavs. I think he's going to make a lot of noise in the playoffs. I don't know about the team, but he's going to play well. And especially against a defensive juggernaut like the Clippers, I'm kind of curious to see just how well he does against that team, which even as good as the Clippers are defensively, I don't think they have an answer to stop him completely.
Yeah. The Thunder have been, probably one of the biggest surprises this year.
Yep.
After losing, after losing Paul George and what Russell Westbrook year after year, it's been really tough on them.
I'll just touch on the Thunder. The Thunder is impressive with the fact that they just had to restructure their entire team. They have a completely new identity. And the backcourt of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Chris Paul have been great. They've been fantastic. And then with Steven Adams, who I think is criminally underrated. Yeah, he's a really good player, by the way. He's a really good player. Anchoring the center position, like they're a good squad.
Very good analysis of all those teams. I fully agree with you. On all those points. It'll be interesting. It's so funny how, we really have focused so much on the top and the bottom. There hasn't been a lot of talk about any of those teams in the middle, but you never know. There are injury possibilities. There has been a little too many injuries for my liking, and I think a lot of people worried about that with the long hiatus and not being able to keep in game shape. We have seen some injury troubles, but it's going to be really fun to see that race for 8th. It'll be nice to see. It's pretty much guaranteed there is a play-in couple of games there, and that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to this week of basketball. Today there was the most games all told on one game day, and it's really neat to see this facility all the time. They keep doing these overhead shots of it, and it's such an incredible athletic facility, this Wide World of Sports area. It seems like we haven't heard anything coming out of the bubble, but games, no more problems, no more COVID, no more nothing. We're just getting to see great games, great basketball. It's been really, really fun.
Yeah, you know what? The NBA needs to give themselves a pat on the back, and also to the Players Association for having this all come together as well and as smoothly as anything has ever come together. It's the product that they've now put forth for us all to consume is absolutely fantastic. It's incredible, and I couldn't be happier with having NBA basketball back in my life.
Yeah, okay. Well, that hour flew by, Jason. That was a fantastic, fun hour of my life. It was really great to break down the UFC and NBA with you. Anything that you'd like to send our viewers and listeners out on?
The only thing I want to say to our viewers and listeners is stay safe. Still keep practicing your physical distancing, and enjoy the sun because it's going to be a nice week this week. That's it.
I want to mention something called Forever Living. We both have a mutual friend who has a product called Forever Living, and they have some aloe vera drinks. They have some aloe vera heat lotion, some really good fish oils. I understand that you've tried the heat lotion. It's been really good for your sore muscles after your workouts. Let's talk a little bit about these great products.
Oh, yeah, man. Definitely. The aloe vera, I personally tried it, and it is fantastic. It's almost like instant relief of sore muscles, cramps, things of that nature. And the whole product line that you just mentioned there is incredible. If you have a chance to try it out, you should try it. It is great stuff. Great stuff. Especially like if you work in a capacity where you do long hours and stuff. This stuff is instrumental for muscle relief.
Yeah, I'll put some information on my website and on the postings where they go onto any of the podcast platforms, onto YouTube. I'll put some information if you want to try some products out, get in contact with Forever Living representative, and it'll be great. I'm really happy. I know you and I talked about doing a home workout thing. I hope we can still pull that off, and you can show everybody the really great home workout that you do, and then we can also be able to display the products and show the people the things that we're talking about live.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll try to get that together for the people sometime down the road, for sure.
Great. Well, I know you're back to work tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me today, Jason. This was fun as usual, and enjoy the basketball this week. And then yeah, let's talk. Before the UFC comes, this trilogy is this week. I can't believe it's finally here.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see these fights.
Yeah. Okay, all the best. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, take care. Bye. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, man, that hour just flew. Yeah, it was crazy. I look up and there it is. It's done. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. UFC and NBA basketball, two fantastic sports that we love. Yeah, there was just so much to break down in both the UFC and the basketball this weekend. Man, it's really nice to see how the NBA is taking shape. And Jason's right. They've done this right. They've really, really handled this well. They've kept their players safe. They've kept the community safe. And all we're talking about now is just great games in basketball. So, yeah, congratulations to both the NBA and the Players Association for pulling this off. It's really great to be able to see so many amazing games. And good luck to all the teams. Let's hope these last few games go really well and we get some amazing playoffs ahead. So thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate your time as always. Yeah, we will talk very soon. Keep your eye out on your podcast platforms and YouTube for us, and we'll give some information in the description and write up for you about this Forever Living and stuff. So take care of yourself. All the best. Bye for now. Love you.